Hey guys, welcome to my video. So today is going to be the updated version of my last video where I posted of me basically expressing how I realized that I was holding myself back by not actually promoting my how I didn't graduate video and me explaining everything that I had went through in order to try to help other people. And I realized that I wasn't promoting it because I was scared of the ridicule that I possibly would have or the backlash that I would have from it. But then I, was able to overcome that and realize that that shit doesn't matter and I need to post it. So in this video, I'm going to be expressing to you guys and explaining how I felt during me actually posting the video. And I actually have a little entry, and I know this looks long, but don't worry, it gets longer. But yeah, in this video I'm just going to be reading this and expressing to you guys how I felt during that day and what actually made me post it on that day. So I posted this August 9th 2024 at 10:31 p.m. That's the day that I actually posted my videos on TikTok and Instagram. And let me just start from the beginning. So that day, August 9th, was basically move-in for Georgia Southern University, and in ROTC, like, that was my drill. So we had drill that weekend and we were tasked out to basically help people move in. So we were just helping ROTC, the incoming ROTC freshmen, move in order to just help them get acclimated and just let them know that, we're here for them. So during that day, that was like early in the morning. So there was I don't know how the conversation came up, but we were talking about somebody had asked me, they were like, didn't you graduate and everything like that? Like, what are you? Aren't you an MS5 and everything like that? Because we were talking about something like ages and something like that. And I'm 25 and I'm an MS5. So an MS5 just basically means that you basically completed everything within ROTC, but you still have some classes that you have to take left. So like I said, nobody really knew what was going on other than like a few close friends. And when the guy, there's this boy, he's kind of like a little asshole, but he's like a jokingly little asshole, and he always jokes around and stuff like that, and that's just his personality. So he made a joke and he was like, he made a joke, like, just playing around like he always does, and I didn't take it personally when he said this, so don't try to like jump on him when I do tell y'all this. But he basically made a little smart ass comment, and his comment was basically like, you're 25 and you're an MS5 and you're about to be 26 and you're still here, like, how does that feel, type of shit. Like, he was basically like talking shit. And in that moment, I had already made my video beforehand, and I was just waiting to like actually put out and promote my video on Instagram and TikTok. So in that moment of me really thinking what I wanted to respond to him, I just literally told him the truth. And I just came out and was like, yeah, my dad died, and I failed 2 of my classes because I wasn't able to pass them due to everything that was going on at the time. And it kind of took him aback, like, oh shit, like, what the fuck, like, damn, I'm sitting here talking shit and that really happened to her. And he was like, he changed his whole entire statement up, and he was like, he was just like, you know what, I take that back, damn, like, you're a really strong independent woman. And I'm just like, boy, like, shut up, like, you're always talking shit. But with me actually being able to say that and me actually telling the truth, like, it felt good to actually tell the truth, because in that moment I was gonna sit there and lie and be like, yeah, like, I'm finishing up my minor. And I was like in the last video that I made, I was just expressing how I felt like I just didn't want to lie to people no more and wanted to tell the truth. And in that moment I did tell the truth, and it gave me the opportunity, like, to really open up and to say how I actually felt and what was actually going on. And it wasn't like I told him the whole story of what was going on like I did in my last video. I just gave him a brief explanation of it, and it actually felt good to say it, because when I was saying it, I didn't feel any type of way saying it to him, because I knew what had gone on. I had already been through the fact that, I had gone over it, and me actually expressing it to somebody and saying it and getting it all out, I didn't feel any type of way about it. It actually felt good to come out and say the truth. So that was the day. Like, I had, after that encounter, the whole entire day, like, I had been thinking about it. I was like, bro, I have to post this video today. I have to post this video today, because like that interaction in itself just made me want to post it even more, because I was like, okay, like, this proves to myself that, me saying it, look how good you feel after saying that, and look how good, and understanding somebody is after you say it. So I'm going to basically explain how it went down and what I actually wrote down in my notes that I just showed you guys, and everything I'm going to be reading to you guys. This is like raw content. This is like in the moment of me actually posting it, the feelings that I felt. And yeah, so when I decided to post it, me and 3 of my other friends were over my house and we were making loaded baked potatoes. So we were gonna make spaghetti, but we didn't have enough we didn't have any noodles to make the spaghetti because my like noodle pack had expired. And so we were just like, okay, we're just gonna make loaded baked potatoes. So we were in the process of cooking the baked potatoes and everything like that. And like while we were cooking the baked potatoes, I kept thinking about it. I was like, bro, I have to post this video, I have to post this video. So I did exactly that. I posted it on TikTok, and then I don't know why, but like right after, it took me a little minute to post it on Instagram, but I eventually ended up posting it on Instagram. And as soon as I posted it, I like posted it, and then I just put my phone on do not disturb. I was like, okay, post it, boom, do not disturb, because like I just needed a minute to take it all in, because like it was a lot that was going through my head at the time, and my heart started beating real fast. Like I was like, damn, what the hell? It feels like a little mini panic attack. But I was like, man, fuck that, I'm gonna still post a video. Because as I was about to post it, I was like, okay, I'll just post it on my story. But I was like, no, like if you're gonna do it, do it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just make it like a post. So I made it a post, I posted it. After I posted it, I put my phone on do not disturb, because I just needed a minute. I just needed a moment of silence to just come back to myself, because I'm gonna express to you guys how I felt. So one of my friends, they were outside and they were smoking, and I went out there with them. And the thing about it is, of course I don't smoke or anything like that, but my friends, they were like, 2 of my friends were inside and we were watching a movie while my other friend was outside smoking for a second. And they were all drinking wine and everything like that, and I hadn't taken a sip of anything. I didn't drink wine or anything. I wanted to be sober, as I just wanted to be completely sober when I posted this, and I wanted to feel every single thing. But the thing about it is, when I was actually like typing up everything and getting everything together to actually be able to post it, I didn't tell not one of them what was going on with me or what I was going to do that day. Like they knew nothing. So me sitting there feeling everything that I was feeling all of it by myself. And it was intentional that I did that, because I wanted to be able to feel everything right then and there by myself, selfishly. And I know that some people might be like, yeah, like, but you have your friends around, da da da, like they can support you during this moment. But at the same time, I didn't want that support. I wanted to be able to feel all of that on my own. I wanted to be able to ingest that, I don't know, that raw emotion and everything on my own. And I wanted to be able to sit there and comfort myself, because this is my journey. This is something that I'm going through. So I wanted to feel it myself. Just like I posted it myself, I should be able to handle and be able to ingest those feelings by myself. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to feel all of those emotions, and, you know, selfishly for myself. And now I'm going to read to you guys what it said. So my friends, they're kind of like, at this point, they're kind of drunk and the food's almost done. And while my friend is outside, like I'm starting to feel the pressure. I'm like, oh my god, like I actually did this. I actually freaking did it. Fuck it, ain't no going back. Like I even like was contemplating deleting. I was like, no, forget it. Like fuck that, just go. It's done. It's done, fuck it. So I went outside, I sat down, my heart was beating, and I'm just gonna sit there and read what I actually said. So excuse me if I get chopped up a little bit, because this is raw. So I have a little typos, because in the moment of me feeling everything, I was typing it as I was feeling it. And I went outside and it was like dark outside, and me and my friend were just sitting outside while he was smoking, and we were like having a mini conversation, and I was just like typing it up as I was feeling everything. And even though my phone was on D&D, there was still some notifications that were popping up that I would just swipe away, because I didn't want to hear nothing. I didn't want anybody's opinion on nothing in that moment right there. I just needed to be by myself, with myself in that moment. So I'm about to read it. So the title of this, I created this August 9, 2024 at 10:31 p.m. The title is I Feel So Stressed But Free. Jesus Christ. Alright. Jumping into it. My heart is beating so fast, and my palms and feet are starting to become clammy. My breath is shallow and rigid. My words are wavy as I talk to my friend who has no idea what's going on inside my head right now. But I keep it together. I'm with friends, and I didn't tell not one of them what I planned on doing today. I wanted to embrace this feeling alone, to feel everything myself selfishly, because it's my journey to embrace. My growth and feelings to overcome, and I balanced myself out, so I wanted to feel it all. I'm the only sober one as we all cook loaded baked potatoes and wait for the food to get done. We've gathered and we're drinking wine / beers. They're drinking beers. Not me, ew. I'm dead. Yeah, I don't like beer. I'm sorry. It's gross. But getting back into it, I put in parentheses, they're drinking beer is not me, ew. But I'm sober as can be with the energy drink keeping me awake from the heat and okay. So backstory. So while we were out there, like in that morning time of me being at drill, it was so freaking hot helping those people move in their stuff. So this is basically what I'm explaining next. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. But I'm sober as can be with an energy drink keeping me awake from the heat that beamed on me and my soldiers as I was in charge from drill. This feeling is new, scary, but it's necessary. It's needed and freeing to be able to completely feel and be myself. As time continues to pass, so do the feelings of doubt, regret, and anxiety. My breath is more steady, my mind becomes more clear, and I realize that this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb as soon as I submitted the video to both platforms. It was a way for me to calm my nerves and take a minute to process the fact that I was really stepping outside of my comfort zone to follow my dreams and fully commit to myself. A few
2 hours later.
Literally, it says that. Going back on Instagram after taking a minute to collect myself, feeling exasperated, it's 1:50 a.m. and that Red Bull has my ass up. The feelings of fear and anxiety are gone and replaced with a proud, embracing feeling of love and gratitude for myself and others that have supported me. I am more than grateful. Red heart. I am so incredibly proud of myself for putting myself out there. This might seem... My bad, y'all. This might seem... I don't know, it's a whole typo. I was typing fast as heck, sorry y'all. For others, this might be embarrassing for me spewing my business that I should have kept private, but to me, it's different. I gave myself the utmost to dive into what being myself felt and looked like. When I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be authentically myself, but how can I be that when I'm constantly lying to my audience about the full truth? How can I get on camera and lie knowing the truth? Why would I put myself through that type of torment knowing it would eat me alive, knowing that I'm not being true to myself? Others might thrive off of being fake and hiding who they truly are, but for me, I cannot. It's a strong, nagging feeling of knowing, and I know myself enough to know that I need to be open in order to be truly honest with people I present myself to. I will never be anyone other than who I authentically am. Whether that's goofy, cringe, unorthodox, I don't give a fuck because that's me. Okay, this gets a little dark because I started going in and I started feeling everything, but this is how I truly felt. I'm gonna go back. Whether that's goofy, cringe, and orthodox, I don't give a fuck because it's me. And you can fuck off if you don't like it. My life... My life lives... Oh. Damn. My life lived will be one that I choose, not the other way around. So if your views aren't anything other than positive and you don't agree with me, baby, farewell. Any and everyone could be cut the fuck off. I'm so proud of myself for being true to myself. The fear I had is non-existent, and now I feel so free and ready to start my journey I've always been craving. The end. Okay. So, yeah. That's basically how I felt during and while posting my video. Like I said, I know I took a few pauses and I was a little choppy with it, but I was typing fast as hell when I was writing this, and this was like in the moment of me actually feeling everything. So like while I'm sitting here feeling all these crazy feelings of anxiety and doubt, and my heart is pumping like hell, and I'm sitting here waiting for my chest to calm down and the pain that I'm feeling in my chest to go away, I'm sitting here typing this up at the same time. And I apologize that I was so choppy with it, but that's how I actually felt. Like in the moment of it, it was so scary, but at the same time it was so freeing and relieving, and I don't regret it not one bit, and I would do it all over again. If anything, I would do it sooner than what I actually did post it, because truth be told, the video that I had posted about me like expressing to everybody about like how my dad died and how I had failed my classes and everything like that, I actually redid the video, and I didn't like the video that I redid because it didn't feel as authentic as my first video that I made. So I scrapped the whole second video and I put out the first video because I was like, wow, the first video just felt so authentic. Like when I went back and watched the first video, it felt better than the second video that I had actually made, because I had actually showed raw emotion in the first video, and that was the video that I wanted to put out. I wanted to put out me being authentically myself, and that was what the first video had, because in the second video I was more robotic to it, and I didn't like that. I was like, ugh, fuck that. I'm gonna just post the first one because I know that that's the true emotions and feelings that I felt. But yeah, I just read to you guys everything that I was feeling during that moment. And just to dive a little bit deeper, like after I had posted it, like throughout the rest of the night, like I had my phone shut off, so I was just, like I said, I wrote this at 10, and me and my friends were like chilling and drinking, and then for the rest of the night I didn't pick up not one drink or nothing like that. Like I was still sober for like the rest of the night because I wanted to feel every single thing, because I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna drink a whole thing of wine or something like that. But then in the back of my head I was like, no, like that's you trying to sit here and mask what you actually feel, and you don't need to be doing that. So I fought against that feeling, and I was like, you know what, no, I'm gonna be sober for the rest of the night. I'm gonna eat this loaded baked potato, which was good, by the way, because I'm not gonna lie, Chris put his foot in that Chris, you put your foot in them loaded baked potatoes. That's all I gotta say. My friend Chris, he's the one who helped me actually make it, and I learned a few, you know, cooking tips from him, so thank you about that. But yeah, and what that experience made me realize was that I was right in my last video. How the hell can I sit here and be afraid about something that I haven't done yet or experienced yet? And me actually doing it, all that anxiety that I felt beforehand, all that fear that I felt afterwards, it was completely non-existent. It's completely non-existent now. So if anybody was to sit here and ask me and want to dive deep into what happened, I'll give them a brief version of it, but I'll just tell them, go watch my video if you want the full story, because I don't feel ashamed about it. And me sitting here embracing my, you know, my failure and what happened to me, the tragedy and everything like that, it feels good to actually be able to sit here in front of you guys and tell you guys the truth about what actually happened and how I was actually feeling and how I've been able to overcome, you know, the anxiety of me posting my video. And if anything, I feel better about myself because I was able to do it. Like, it takes a lot for somebody to sit here and be completely open and honest with people about what's going on in their life and to not sugarcoat anything. And I didn't sugarcoat anything that happened. Like, I was honest. Like, some of my family even reached out. Like, me and my cousin were on the phone the other day, and I was telling her what happened, and we were talking about like all the trauma and stuff that we had gone through when we were younger, and how we can't wait to get with our other cousins and sit down and just talk about life and just really open up about a lot of stuff that, you know, we were going through and how angry we were as kids. And I realized that, wow, this video really helped me be able to come closer to certain people who were going through the same thing, because a lot of people, believe it or not, are going through the same exact thing that I was or something similar. And I really appreciate every single one of you guys who reached out, or even those who didn't reach out and just watched the video. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you're going through something that I have gone through, or you're currently trying to get through it, you will get through it as long as you put in the work to get through it. Like, honestly. And what I mean by putting in the work to get through it is keeping your mind positive, because I'm not gonna lie, keeping your mind positive is a superpower. It ain't easy. I'm sitting over here about to knock over my ring light, golly. But it's not easy, but practice makes perfect. I have practiced every single day. Like, whenever something happens, I have practiced the art of staying positive. When everybody around me, like I said in my last video, when everybody around me in the military was sitting here complaining about the situation that we're in, this, that, and the third, and I'm not going to be sitting here and be a hypocrite. I was sometimes complaining too, but I will always reel it back in and realize that, you know, these things, if I can't control it, fuck it, there's nothing I can be other than positive. So that's what I would be, and that's what I continue to do now, and it helps me so much. I'm telling you, try to be a little bit more positive. Like, when you see yourself and where you feel yourself start to be negative, try to stop yourself in that moment and think of things that you're grateful for in that moment. Like, I'm grateful for the fact that, you know, I have all these beautiful things in my house. I'm grateful for the fact that, shit, I live in America and I'm able to have these opportunities that I have in America. Although there are certain things in America that aren't ideal, they're better than what other countries have, and I'm grateful for that. And the more grateful I have become over time, the better life has become. And I'm so incredibly grateful for the fact that I'm even able to sit here and think like this, and I will continue to sit here and grow my mindset and think like this. And I hope that you guys will too. Like, honestly, like, sometimes the things that you might think are so scary in the moment of you thinking about it, they're not that scary after you do them. You just have to put yourself out there. And I'm so happy that I was able to continuously go through and post my video and promote it, although I was scared to do it. And it's like, now that I realized that, you know, putting myself out there wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, I'm able to sit here and put myself out there even more. I'm able to sit here and do things that, you know, I thought I would be scared to do, that I'm not scared to do anymore. It's like, okay, there was that fear, but I don't have that fear anymore, because I understand that I'm going to be able to get through it, because I know that I will, because I tell myself that I will, because I believe in myself. And I didn't always believe in myself. So if you don't believe in yourself, I know there's a possibility that you can get out of it, because I got out of it. Look at the shit that I went through in my last video. Like, come on now, what the fuck? And if I can get through it, I know you can too. Like, you can. You definitely can. You just have to put in the work. You have to put in the work to really do it, because sometimes the actions that you guys do, the actions that you're taking right now, constantly repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, is insanity. If you don't change nothing, nothing is going to change in your life. So whether or not it's people, places, things, environments, your mindset, yourself, if you don't like yourself, change it. Simple as that. Change it. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes it can be just as easy as changing one thing about yourself little by little. Like getting up and making sure that your room is clean every single day. You coming home to a clean environment can have your mind clearer than what you think it will. And once you take those steps to really put yourself out there and change your life little by little, you'll start to see the difference. Like, start watching people who are on a different level than you. Start taking tips from them. Start putting yourself out there and being around certain people who are in better positions as you. You know, let them know, like, hey, I understand that I'm not on the same, you know, level as you yet. Don't say level, just say I'm trying to get to a place where you are, or something like that. And let them know, like, hey, do you mind if I shadow you for a few days? Do you mind if, you know, we hang out and we go to coffee and we just have a conversation? Because that simple conversation, that simple hangout that you have with them can change your perspective on a lot of things without you even noticing it. So yeah, I challenge you guys to at least change one thing. If you know that you don't like something about yourself, do something every day to change it.